Alright, so I'm just sitting out here playing on the old laptop here, trying to not want to smash my computer. So in the last video of the budget car, we put new injectors in it, the new 100 tune 1500s. Oh, the new ECU. These injectors are honestly, I mean, probably too big. So I probably should have put an adjustable regulator in this thing, because most of these newer injectors like to run at higher pressure. I've got just a stock regulator on it, so it's only like 38 pounds. So most of like the injectors, say like Hunters and all that stuff, when you test them and you get injector data, most of the injector data is for higher pressure. So even like my South Bays, like I'll show you a sheet from South Bay, and they give you all the different data for different pressures. So as the pressure changes, the data changes. So like these are a set of my South Bay 1600s. You know, and they give you injector data here at 43 pounds or 43 and a half, 45, 50, so on and so forth. So as your pressure changes, your injector data changes as well. So, you know, with Hunter's injectors, he gives you the data based on 43 and a half pounds. And I'm not at 43 and a half pounds. So I'm going to go in here to my Honda and try and change some of the stuff here. We actually talked to him today, and he said that this data, like, he's never tried, because he's like, wait a minute. He's like, I watched your video and you're running pump gas. And he's like, yeah, it's a daily driver type deal. It's not going to be on E all the time. And plus it's winter time. It's not getting daily driven, so I don't want to let it just sit with E in it. The dogs. Oh, I left my lights on. I was out here trying to start the car, and it started and ran like complete dog shit. So I was going to try and play with this injector data and see if I can get this thing to run any better. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go in here, and like I said, I'm going to take some milliseconds out of this whole table here and see if I can figure it out. See if I can get this thing to idle and run decent. Only downfall is I've got a Hellcat 525 pump I haven't put in it yet, and I still need to do that, which may change all this stuff too, because it's going to flow more. Granted, the pressure is going to be set the same because it's using the stock regulator. I don't know. Like I said, I'm no tuner. I'm far from a good tuner. I know just enough to piss myself off when I try and mess with this stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing. So the heat's gonna turn on. I'll get back to you in a second. All right. So I had a special delivery. I was supposed to have it last night. This is the next day. I got a special delivery made to me today while I was at work. Sucks I wasn't here, but Brent, PFI Brent, and his son Steven stopped by the house and brought me a 4-bar map sensor for the budget car. And they were supposed to come by and spend the night. We were going to hang out and whatnot, but they got stuck in some weather about 150 miles away from me, so they didn't get to we didn't get to kick it, and that sucked. I gotta figure out a better situation in here. I'm gonna end up doing a lot of videos out of this thing. I probably need to get like a phone holder, probably. Oh, maybe this will work. There we go. Check me out. Damn it, I'll leave my keys up there. Son of a... This cord is long as hell. I could probably sit in the house and tune on this thing while it's in the garage, because this cord's so damn long. So what we're going to do is... So I started working on another tune last night, because when I started it up yesterday, it run like dog crap. Had a misfire. It was just missing and bucking and jerking and just sounded terrible. And the day before, it was perfectly fine. Download the map. I'm going to save this as something entirely different. So like each time I play with it, I save a revision of that tune. So once I get this one sorted out and I know it starts and runs, we're just going to leave it be. And I'll save that one, and that will be our base file for this car. So we're going to go in here to my map sensor and replacement map sensor. I'm going to attempt to just picked the Honda 4-bar, Omnipower 4-bar. So we're back in the budget car here and trying to finish up getting this thing to start and run and idle and do everything it should do normally. And I was trying to set up the tune for the new 4-bar map sensor, and I put it in, went to go like start it, it wouldn't start, and I was like, what I don't know what the problem is. Well, I didn't upload it whenever I made the change on the software. I didn't upload it to the ECU, and it wouldn't start and run worth of crap. But I did end up talking to Hunter a little bit, and we kind of went back and forth, and I sent him the calibration that I was attempting to use, and he kind of looked at it, and I think he did a couple things to it, and so we're going to load his revision up in the car here and see what it runs like. But huge thanks to Hunter. He's been a big help. He's always there to help. You know, he's a lot like Brent. You know, he's always wanting to help people, and he gets real enjoyment out of helping people with their cars and stuff. So huge thanks to Hunter. I appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, so we're gonna try and, as soon as I figure out what I'm doing here, I'm gonna pull the current tune out of the ECU, and then we're gonna upload the new revision. So let me do that real quick. I'll upload this and we'll kind of walk over the calibration that we're going to use, or at least try to use, and see how it works. All right, so I got it opened up here. He initially made this, well, the file I initially sent him was a file with a stock map sensor, so I had to go in here and do the replacement, and then the Omni 4-bar. He told me that I just need to change that. And then let's go in here to the tables and kind of see. Yeah. Looks like the timing table is a little different, but as far as fueling and stuff goes, the fuel table looks relatively the same. Let's upload this, see what happens. Okay, let this wideband heat up and kind of see what we're looking like. Yeah, seeing it even with the old tune in it, with the fuel table that's in this thing, like at idle, like cold, it's like 9 air fuels. Once it warms up, it seems like it leans out pretty substantially. So we'll let it sit here and run for a little bit, get some temp in it, and then we'll come out and try and free rev on it a little bit, because I know it's kind of starting to smooth out too. It's so funny that this thing will start and run at 9.8 air fuel, and not just bellow smoke out of this thing. But yeah, we'll let it sit here and run and idle for a minute, let it get some heat in it, and we'll get back to you in just a second. Sounds good. It's still cold, just started it up, so it's running, or it's idling at like 10 something air fuel. Idle still up at like 1200. Oh yeah, there we go. It's like 11.2 now. Here it shows 10.7. Probably need to do like a voltage offset on it. Let it warm up a little bit. Got another package for the budget car. Picked these up on eBay. I like this style better. They actually have a bushing in them. Rather than some of the like cheap ones you'll see, they actually have like little rubber pieces that kind of like slide on each side. It's like bushing halves basically, and they're just like rubber pieces that just slide into the arm itself, and then it's just got like a little metal pin that slides through the center of them, and they got like little notches around the outside of the bushing so you can like lube them and stuff. But the last couple ones of those I've tried, they always, like the bushings always get worn out on them like really fast. They want to deal with that, so I opted for these ones because I like this style. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on it, but this is probably just like a stock bushing. So you could probably go to O'Reilly's if one of these bushings goes bad, order you a bushing and just slap a bushing in it, and they're held in with set screws, you know, so easy just to undo the set screw, pull it out, and you're done. So one thing I will do is I'll pull these set screws out and probably Loctite them in, and whatnot before I try and stick them on the car. But yeah, we'll get those thrown on. We got the new control arms. We're gonna pop these old ones off. I'm gonna take this subframe brace or whatever you want to call this thing. This is for like a sway bar. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. I may end up blasting it and then painting it and reusing it, because I do want to put a rear sway bar on this. I've got the Integra sway bar that came with the rear disc brakes, which we're not going to put on yet. Mainly we're just going to go through and put these new control arms on, and then go through and put the rest of the finishing lines, brake line stuff on it. That way we can get all the brakes working. That way, you know, we can test drive the car, get it on the trailer, and then take it to get it on the dyno and stuff. So I got to have brakes. But I'm going to get all these off, and then I'm going to run and pick up some new hardware, and we'll try and get this buttoned up tonight. And this will so here are the new ones, and then here are the old ones. And these have like kind of like a Skunk 2 style bushing insert, and it's like two separate pieces. And then they slide this little pin in, and you like grease the inside of it and shit. But these things always wear out. They always come apart. And I like this style better just because it's got like a full bushing in it. One thing I did notice is it seems like it will, it's kind of hard to tell, but like this one sits higher, I guess. It's lower, but it's going to make the car sit higher, I believe. So we may have to adjust the rear suspension a little bit more with these arms. Because you can kind of see there, like that arm is up further. So it's going to obviously make the control arm or trailing arm sit higher up, which in turn makes it lower. So we may have to do some adjustment and stuff there. But I'm going to go through and double check these set screws, and then we'll get the hardware and get these bolted in. Got the rear arms on. Look good. They're just black, simple. Nothing too blingy. Kind of hide underneath the car. I do want to put the rear disc on it, but for right now, I want to restore the arms and stuff for the rear disc, and I don't have the time or the money to spend on that right now. So we're going to hold off on the disc brakes, and we're just going to run the drums for now. But while I've got this up in the air doing the rear suspension, I'm going to go ahead and do the rear brakes hoses I've got from Finishing Lines to finish off the tuck kit that we got. So I'm going to have to pull the old lines off, and then we'll start laying these out and getting these plumbed out to the brake hoses themselves. So we're gonna get into that, and I'll start getting these old lines off. So we got the rear control arms on, and I've been messing with the plumbing on the Finishing Line brake lines we got. And I got all those ran, and I tried to run them as factory as I could through all the little factory brackets, through like factory routing, which is kind of hard to see there. Yeah, see up in there, and then routed that one in with all the other lines. So before we had two lines coming back, now we only have one, and then it splits off and goes to each leg or each side of the good golly, yeah, it goes to each side of the car. As you can see there, I got that one ran up in there like factory. Yeah, there you go. Got that clip there holding it. Goes up through all the factory location stuff. I got one more to fix up front. I haven't finished this one inside here. I've got to get this one hooked up here. You can kind of see it sitting there next to the hose. Need to get that one hooked up. And this one over here, I believe, is already hooked up. Yep, got that one in there. I need to put the grommets back in the firewall there, so I may undo that one and then put the grommets back in there. But aside from that, we can get it car lowered down and hopefully start bleeding these brakes. Once the brakes are bled, pretty close to thinking the car can go and get aligned. Everything's been replaced now as far as the suspension goes. Like I said, we did the eBay control arms, the eBay camber arms as well. Got the little eBay camber arms there, eBay coilovers. Coilovers were like $225. The camber arms and the lower control arms are like 75 bucks. We got the smoking deal on the K-tuned upper camber arms for the front. Yeah, it's coming together. We got all the brake lines ran on the finishing lines. Brake duct kit. Man, this thing's dirty. Look at all that dirt. That's gross. But yeah, we got the clutch line ran. All the brake lines are ran. Pretty much now all we need to do is fill the reservoir up with fluid and just go through and start bleeding the brakes. Oh yeah, I forgot. I still have to put the clevis on the brake pedal too. Damn it. So I am gonna have to put the wheels back on it, put it on the floor, push it forward, put the clevis on the pedal, get that adjusted, and then I can start bleeding the brakes. I totally forgot about that. Son of a biscuit. All right, well, we got the brakes half bled. The pedal doesn't feel very good, so definitely gonna have to do some more looking into that. We got all the air out of the system from what I can tell. I don't know if my adjustment on the clevis on the Willwood Brake Master is adjusted right, so we may have to mess with that. Maybe I'm not getting enough pedal throw out of it or something, but yeah, we got all the brake lines on. Budget car is nearing completion. It sucks because the weather's getting ready to turn, so I gotta get some cars moved around and make it to where I can still function out of the garage and do normal work. So this is finishing this up completely is gonna have to wait, but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep following along. This time of year kind of sucks for me because I can't do much racing. I can't really afford to travel to race, so it makes getting some quality, good content videos out pretty slim. So we may have to try and I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm done rambling. Got the finishing lines, brake lines done. So like I said, just nearing completion on this car. That's gonna do it. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.